through by that. That says I'd be close to $54,000 a year. That's crazy, man.
Which at that point is probably the
Those-
median income.
Those numbers can't be real. I mean, are people really paying this per square foot and so forth? Well, or I'd be paying on average about $150 a day. And you'll find with a lot of people with their Airbnbs, one reason they charge so much is they have high energy bills, especially if people are renting a house or something during the winter. Okay, I have access to the Sun Journal archives going back to the 1840s and so forth. And I'm a researcher. I started researching homes that complained about high energy bills. And I found one that was 40% the size of this. And it was a ranch house, 1,100 square feet. He actually gave the newspaper his energy bills, and they published one of them, which is a treasure trove for me because I know it has 2 years worth of data, and I can jump right into it and figure out what it's cost per square foot. He's all electric there. AC up to $1,400 a month, $1,100 for gas. I mean for heating. When I analyzed 2 years and averaged it, he was actually higher per square foot than me.
Yeah.
That says he's been visited by the energy hog also. So I run through the numbers based on all electric. If I scaled it up to 6,300 at 18 cents, there I am again, around $54,000 if I did what he did or I did what the people behind us did. Another example. This is a sad one. 2017, and both those people were complaining about the 2017, 2018 period where there were lawsuits that the utilities are ripping us off.
So you're saying it was real, that they weren't being ripped off?
Correct. So I did the analysis for this place where they had 2 fuel furnaces and so forth. They bought the place. Global, it's getting warmer, so they invested $100,000 on anything but energy efficiency. And so when the cold snap occurred, and in 2017, there's that huge dip again. And we'll just get to the chase. They were at 52 kilowatt hours per square foot per year. It's no wonder they went bankrupt. And what's sad is the mother and daughter, the mother stress or whatever else, she passed away during all this, just too much stress. And this, to me, was the sad part here. Cook and her mother paid $99,000 for the property. Cook estimates she spent another $100,000 on upgrades and repairs, and now they were walking away with absolutely nothing. But the temperature plunge between December 2017 and 18 not only harmed Mainers, it was occurring across the country, 22 states. There were articles in the Maine papers talking about northeastern Barrows, Maine, Niagara Falls. It freezes over. South hit with the most snow in 3 decades. Box Nation comets. All this stuff's out there. So why did we feel we were being cheated? And exorbitant bills, Tuttle, who's just retired recently, he was kind of the John Funk of Maine. I thought an excellent utility writer. He was documenting Turkle, excuse me. Thank you again, baby. Trophy husband, what can I say? He was listing all the places that were just skyrocketing bills. And Maine wasn't the only place to do lawsuits. It was happening in 20 some odd other states because all of them were told, we're going to be like Florida someday.
And hadn't they been building a lot in the 70s and 80s? building these new houses with all electric baseboard heat?
Yeah.
To
Yes,
save
yeah,
money?
because it was
Yes,
It was
inexpensive.
terrible, yeah.
It was saving money for the contractor.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
contractors,
yeah.
but not for the homeowners.
Now, here was something, now I'm following this all on energymanager.com, figuring out, I know my loads each day from the freezing. What, we had 1 week, we never got above zero. We never even got above 5 or 6 degrees, we were below zero. The whole month, we never hit 32 degrees, it was a deep freeze.
Were you living here then?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was freezing in here.
No, not
We had
here.
already done some work.
Cause we'd already done some improvement.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll show her
Okay,
a bill.
I'm getting ahead.
But something came out that week that struck me. I had to clip it out because this is subliminal. Something's going on here because I know there's going to be a huge avalanche of higher electric bills for all those who have not been preparing for cold snaps. And this comes out, CMP customers warned about power bill scam. People are calling up and saying, if you don't pay this, we're gonna shut off your power and so forth. And that was being broadcast everywhere. It's a subliminal message. I've tried to call the reporter who did this. All I get is a busy signal. But the key thing is, in my opinion, this was one of the things to put into people's mind. Power bill scam, you're gonna be cheated. And so what happens? People start getting their bills and they've skyrocketed.
Right.
They gotta be cheating us because it's getting warmer. We're gonna, yes.
Well, there were a couple, I'm remembering this
Yeah.
period, and a couple things that happened. One was that CMP had just gone over to the smart meters,
Right.
which people were really
Yeah,
skeptical about. And the smart meters did a funny thing. We also had our first, since 1998, multi-day power outage.
Yep.
And so I know what happened to me. I got my electrical bill and it claimed I'd used this much per day during the week that I had no electricity. You know, it was just the way the
And-
smart
and-
meter
and
average
In
stuff.
addition to that,
Yeah.
there was one other thing that happened. The perfect storm of mistakes. Introducing that,
Yeah.
the power outage, and they lost a huge amount of experience because there was a retirement offering. And so many people took the package. The people that were left didn't have the experience and
They also
knowledge.
had a new computer system, did they, a billing
Yeah,
system?
it really was a sort of perfect storm. Yeah.
And so all those things came into play. And there were some errors and so forth. I tracked mine and when I got my bill, I was within 2 or 3 kilowatts of what I expected it to be. And it was big,
Yeah.
but I expected because of what transpired. But anyway, customers, and this wasn't just me, this was 22 states where lawsuits were going on. And the customers rejected the CMP audit findings, but January 6th, 2019, as I expected for a year or so, the findings came out. They concluded last winter's cold spell was largely responsible for the soaring bills. Millions for the lawyers, nothing for consumers, and ruin for businesses. And I just want to mention, if we look at